Hello! And we're on to the final, finally, of the Bristol Prime, the Rebecca Walker, and joined as always by my wonderful, amazing husband.
Hello!
Are you taking the piss?
Yeah.
You know shit?
Hello!
Why do I have you join me on these things? And on the left we have Nicholas Boucher with his Stark Fealty. We saw
Boucher?
Is that not how you say it?
Bucket.
It's not bucket.
Yeah, it's like keeping up appearances. Hosting bouquet, bucket.
It's not bucket.
It's Nicky Bucket.
It's not Nicky Bucket.
Okay, yeah, well, alright, I'll let you off. Right, so Nicky Butcher has a setup only of Wyman and Brand. That doesn't seem amazing.
And on the right we have Joe Monocott playing Bara Assault, and he has a setup with a Poor Fellows, a chamber, some economy and a card in shadows as well. And opening plots have got At the Gates into Late Summer Feast.
Yeah, that economy is the Stormlands Fiefdom. The
Is that
two
one that
golden
you
unlimited.
to move a power from a character to your faction card?
Yes. Pretty good when you have Poor Fellows.
Yeah, because they can obviously get a power or a card if they win a challenge on attack.
Why have you got a tea coaster on the board?
That's the
You can have a cup of tea.
that's the first player token. Yeah, do you remember what it was for? I can't remember. There was some tournament where that was the prize, like the first player token.
There might be regionals.
Regionals or primes?
They're the same thing.
I know, but it would determine whether Nicholas won a prime already this year or whether he won a regional last year.
This is the prime.
Yeah, I know, but there's multiple primes. He could have won a previous prime.
I don't think he did.
Okay. So from last year then?
No. He just took it out of a packet. It's a fresh one. Maybe it's for whoever wins this match.
Ah, yeah, it could be. It's bloody enormous though, isn't it?
It's a significant token.
Some of the stuff that they gave out as prize support was just really silly, wasn't it? Like when you got those Tears of Lease tokens and they were almost almost like the full size of the text box on your card.
Yeah, they were weird.
They were far too big. What are we getting here then? So we've got a Windfell Steward. We have a Umber Loyalist to draw 2 cards.
Umber Loyalist. Correct grammar.
Thank you. Dupe on Wyman.
That's important.
Another Windfell Steward.
Perfect. I think he's in a good position now.
Plenty of sackable cards. A Rickon.
Now we just need something with a bit of meat.
Yeah. Oh.
Huh?
Take back in the final. Nicholas, how could you?
How could you, Nicholas? Don't be like that. He's sensitive.
Am I allowed to tease him?
He's a sensitive man. You've got long hair.
What? That doesn't make someone sensitive.
I'm sensitive. Leave me alone.
You've not got long hair. You've got short hair.
Cool. So Joe's marshalling now. Nicky's staying on 2 gold.
Doesn't Joe have long hair as well? Am I misremembering that?
He does.
Maybe it's like long-haired final.
Long-haired final.
Yeah.
Long-haired. That's the best you could come up with.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
Long-haired final. Welcome, hello, to Long-haired final.
I'm just gonna like stop talking, I think.
You sound a little bit like Mrs. Doubtfire, actually.
Oh, great!
Hello!
Great. What?
Sorry.
We're not even 5 minutes in, and you've teased me about 10 times already.
We've got Moon Boy.
Great.
Moon Boy.
What's that location?
Oh, that's Spears of the Merlin King. So,
I thought it was, but I thought that would be really weird to play with his board, so I thought I must be wrong.
Why would it be weird?
Well, that's the savey one, right?
Yeah, so a good thing to do with Bara Assault is you get your control tools out. More specifically, the black cells. Now, the black cells stop someone from kneeling or standing for the
Oh,
phase.
those fuckers, I hate them. Sorry, go on.
I can't remember my point now.
The black cells stop someone from kneeling or standing for a phase.
But why did I say that?
Because he was explaining about the control that they set up in early game and then they spears.
Ah, yes. And then, because that only works on one character. And so when they've got 6 or 7 characters on the board, crap. So ideally you want to play Valar Morghulis. And if you've got an important control piece like Shadow Priestess or a Robert Baratheon, you just bring it back to hand rather than killing it. So your own Valar doesn't hurt you so much.
Okay.
And yet you wipe their board, they get 2 characters out, you can control one of them going forward, and then you take over the game.
And Joe's got 3 cards and shadows there. And very nicely he's put a token on the one that he's used the agenda for.
Lovely.
I like it when people do that. I'm no one on the Umberloy list. So Davos obviously has stealth anyway. So he's not going to be able to control the game too much, but it's the insight, right?
Yep.
I mean, this is quite a good counter board for Nicholas to Joe's board with the Bran, for example. I mean, Bara Assault is probably running some form of mean events and stuff, right?
No.
No?
I don't believe so. Maybe. The thing is, some of the Bara Assault, they run Saving the Kingdom. Now, I think free Saving the Kingdom is really good in Bara Assault, especially when you're playing the Black Cells, because you can put it into Shadows with the agenda, and then just pay 2 to bring it out of Shadows, trigger the Black Cells, and you're taking 2 characters out of commission for the phase.
Yeah.
But as opposed to that, maybe only Hand Judgment or Privileged Position.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't think they have too many events. I think they rely a lot more on their location and attachments like Traitor to the Crown.
That's not normally Shadow, is it? But you can put it into Shadow with the Assault.
It's really good. Because you can just ambush it onto the opponent's character in the middle of a power challenge and then you win it.
So I've got an unopposed power there. And the insight. So Nicholas has done 3 unopposed challenges with insight on 2 of them. So really nice for Nicholas, really. He's got a good board state. He's got a nice handful of cards. And I don't see how Joe's really going to get much through.
Well, he can win the military challenge, but does he want to? He's going to give Nicholas 2 cards. One from the Wyman trigger, one from Late Summer Feast. Although
True.
he's going to maybe get a power and or a card from the Poor Fellow. Probably a power.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the military doesn't seem ideal. But he would win the power. No, actually, no, because Nicholas just used Wyman, wouldn't he? Yeah, I don't think it was worth Joe doing the challenge there. Because, as I say, all we've done is given Nicholas 2 cards. And although Joe's gained a power, I mean...
That's power for Nicholas to steal, right?
Yeah, if Joe moves it over. Just a note there that they forgot to take the Late Summer Feast draw to begin with, and then they remembered just at the end of the challenge, so it was taken. Nicholas discarding for reserve there. Looks like he's got rid of an Olgate. He did draw quite a few cards, so he probably has to get rid of a couple.
Good position to be in if you're discarding cards at the end of round 1 with a 7 reserve. And with a board like that.
Sorry, just a point to note here. So Joe like hasn't even got to standing phase yet. But Nicholas has done his taxation phase, and Joe was saying, "Oh, actually, I had a standing phase action," and Nicholas was saying, "Oh, well, I've just discarded my cards because I was in taxation." So Joe was like, "Okay, that's fine, whatever. I'll just stand everything and not take my action." But yeah, Nicholas has basically gone straight to taxation.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. because Joe's things were still knelt.
Yeah, so it's not like he'd actually done anything.
So Nicholas had actually skipped through.
Yeah, I mean, Nicholas did apologise and say, if you want to go ahead. But then Joe was like, no, it's okay, I'll leave it, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's something I dislike when I'm playing, when my opponent tries to rush through the steps.
Yeah,
because you do get some people who just skip things, and I like to talk it out. Action window, draw, marshal, dominant, standing. I talk it out like that.
I think the thing is if you're playing a deck like Stark, it's very, very, very rare that you're going to have a dominance or a standing or a taxation action. So you kind of don't really think about it so much. You just sort of whiz through those bits. If you play Stark a lot, which Nicholas does. Whereas if you've got a deck that does have, additional things you can be doing each step, you think about it more, so you sort of slow down a bit, I think.
Sure.
Some players are just very good at it, like Whammer, for example, is great. Whammer literally talks you through every step and sort of checks for actions and things.
Yeah, just like Sweeney as well.
Yeah, Sweeney do that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever played Sweeney.
Your life would be better off if you had.
He is a wonderful fella.
But then you've got some high profile players like Hanno. He skips through quite quickly as well.
And does he?
Yeah.
Naughty Hanno.
I think I played him at Thrones War, and I was still about to resolve my plot, Return to the Fields, I think it might have been, and he'd already drawn his cards.
Oh.
So, some people just skip through quite quickly.
Yeah. Nicholas just deciding on what to give Joe for the exchange.
Looks like he got a traitor to the crown.
Mm.
That's nice.
Yeah, good to put on something like Wyman, or if Rob comes out.
Especially if, Wyman had a duplicate, so you're not likely to get rid of him anytime soon.
Yeah. So I think he got a Davos dupe and a traitor. I think he got one of everything. There might have been a Spears in there as well.
When I play online and I play control deck, I've been playing Bara Assault a little bit. And I have a traitor in Shadow. It always makes me chuckle a little bit when they marshal the big character and then dupe it. And on the inside, I'm like,
That's because you're an evil shitbag.
Yeah, maybe. And then the only other thing that makes me laugh even louder is when they get rid of that character for a marshal or something, and then I get it back. Get my traitor back.
I hate that it's not terminal. It makes me sad.
Thanks for your input. So.
Oh, you're going to start playing traitor against me more now, aren't you?
Always.
You're so evil.
I'm a Martell player now.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to Auntie about that as well. I was saying, you're a secret little Martell player now.
I'm not secret. I'm a Martell player now. I'm a villain. I'm a baddie.
Yeah, but you play really stupid Martell stuff. What was it you played in that tournament? Martell Sand Snakes?
Look.
And you came last. That made me laugh so much. It's like your first tournament since Worlds and you came last.
Yeah, but I need a montage. I'll be feverishly training before my next tournament, and then I'll come second from last and show improvements.
With Martell.
Or maybe I just won't play Sand Snakes.
Yeah, I feel like not playing Sand Snakes might help matters. But we've got a few decks in, haven't we, for our little mini home tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So we're planning after this on doing a little home tournament between me and Richard. We've had some of our viewers sending in some deck lists. So we're going to choose one from each faction. And basically, we're going to randomly pair up the factions against each other, play each of those games out, and see who wins from each faction, and then we'll play a semi-final and a final, so we can see what the winning faction deck is. Apologies if you sent in your deck and I get your deck and I screw it up. Just saying that in advance. But we're hoping to record these games and get them on the channel with a discussion on the decks and what's in them, what we like about them, what we maybe would change about them, you know, if they're one of Paul's decks and they're shit, you know, we can we can tease Paul.
Take the superior claims out.
Yeah. Sorry, Paul, I'm only teasing. But yeah, no, it's should be fun. Get some games in, hun. A little tournament.
Yeah, but I thought I was semi-retired.
Semi-retired.
Yeah.
Only semi though.
Okay. So Nicholas has marshalled now. He's had a Bear Island Scout. We've had Small John and Last Half Scouts. We've also got some duplicates on Bran.
Interesting that he's put 2 dupes on Bran. 1 maybe, but 2 seems a little bit excessive.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of facets to that, isn't there? Is he going to blow through his hand that much? Is he worried about having too many cards at the end of the round? The other thing is, he obviously doesn't really expect to be using Bran. If you were expected to use Bran, you'd maybe keep another copy. But it looks like you want to keep it for claim soak and or reset proof.
Yeah. He's also saving a gold, so there's a chance that he has a no surprises in hand. So he's comfortable that this turn there's not going to be any events played to need Bran.
That is very true. We know he runs no surprises from the previous video.
Yeah.
And he's playing against a shadow deck. And no surprises says you cannot bring any card out of shadow or play events.
Which would be very sad for Joe. Joe has played out a red keep. And we now have 2 cards in shadows from the Assault agenda. Also got a dupe on the Davos there, which will I assume be the claim for this military challenge coming through. So the military going through unopposed. Yeah, claiming the Davos dupe.
You know how prevalent shadow has been over the past, 3-4 months? Do you remember when No Surprises came out and there were quite a few prominent people in the community in uproar saying Shadows is dead now because No Surprises, just dead.
Yeah, but
I think Aaron Glazer was one who definitely said that a lot.
I never felt like No Surprises really took off though. Like, I played Stark quite a lot and I'd only really have it as a one-off, maybe a 2 if I had space. But I was never that bothered about playing it.
If you think Shadows is going to be everywhere, you play it. And Shadows has been very prominent in the big tournaments.
There you go, there's your traitor.
Double barring and No Surprises.
Yeah.
So,
Traitor
as
to the
predicted,
crown on Wyman.
Wyman the traitor.
And because of the red keep, although Wyman went in with the Bear Island Scout, Joe wins that challenge. However, he does not get to claim any power of the poor fellows because it's only on attack.
Yeah.
Sacrificing the Bear Island Scout to restand Wyman, and now going in with the intrigue, which will be unopposed unless Joe's got a trick.
So I feel like Joe hadn't got going. He just hadn't been able to push forward.
He's not really had many characters on the board, has he? Although that's normal, I think, in Bara Assault. They tend to try and build it up. The last half scouts are probably causing a bit of an issue as well, though.
Which means you want to jump your characters in the marshalling phase. I think we might see a Morgullis. Because it'll get rid of the last half scout, it'll get rid of the Small John and his renown, and we'll get rid of the Umber Loyalist, costing Nicholas 2 cards.
This is true.
And all Joe will lose is a Poor Fellows and a Davos, which will come back to hand anyway. The only problem is he's not going to have any gold. He hasn't really got any economy.
I was going to say, he's not got really an economy, although Nicholas does have the Gates of the Moon there, which has given Joe an extra gold. He'd still only have 4 gold. Why 3?
The agenda. You get minus 1 gold.
Yeah, of course.
So he'll only have 1 from Valar, 1 from his own economy, and 1 from Nicholas.
Yeah, that's not enough really, is it? So Joe went in with the power of Davos. Nicholas knelt out the Umber Loyalist and Bran to defend, thinking that he was going to win it, but then Joe reminded him, actually, I've got the red keep. Did you want to restand Bran? Because, we'll restand one of them because it's not going to affect it.
You shouldn't do that. Yeah. Because if you get your opponent, you've got them.
Yeah.
There's no point in getting them if you let them take it back.
But Nicholas said, no, I've already done it, so learn from my mistakes kind of thing. He wins Dom anyway, so it doesn't make too much difference. So ending round 2 on 7-2 to Nicholas.
Seems like a commanding lead with a commanding board.
Yeah. I mean, Joe's got a lot of nice sort of, you know, locations on the back row and a few shadows cards there set up, but
just not enough economy.
Yeah, he needs that economy boost, and he needs something a bit more substantial on the board, I think.
He can maybe survive one more turn with that reset.
I'll go with trade routes.
So this is a good time to not play your reset for Joe.
Yeah, because if Nicholas had hit the reset with return, unless it was wildfire, Nicholas would have been very happy about that. As is, he's probably not going to sacrifice that many. Just going for the 1 character to get 1 gold and 2 cards, 1 from Wyman, 1 from the plot.
So that suggests it definitely was a screen against the offensive Valar.
And Joe, they're gaining 6 gold from the locations. So him playing that indicates to me that he is feeling a little bit tight for economy. Probably using the trade routes there to try and give himself a bit of a boost. Get himself a bit more presence on the board.
He really needs the black cells.
Black cells and Wyman would be nice. Then again, Wyman's not got a power strength at the moment, does he? So I guess not as important.
Black cells on Small John might be more impactful.
Yeah.
Just to stop the renown.
Yeah, he's only got 1 renown on there at the moment though, doesn't he?
He does.
So we're on to Nicholas's marshalling then, I guess. Yeah, he's got a decent amount of gold there.
He does have a decent amount of gold there.
You could get out a big if you wanted.
Oh, don't overdo it. Yeah, Winterfell Steward. Big.
Well, that's just Wyman.
So here we go, here we go. Who's he going to be? It's going to be Fat
Rob
Cat.
or Cat?
It's... No, it's Rob.
Rob. Robson's good.
Looks like he did have a cat in hand as well because he put that extra gold back.
Yeah. So he must have thought that Rob was more important at this point.
I think the fact that Bara Assault definitely runs Valar Morghulis and Nicholas having duplicates for Wyman and Rob is important.
Yeah.
And that might be too much to overcome. This is why some people don't like duplicates as a game function, game mechanic. Because it's random if you draw them, and if you do draw them, you can win games like this without that much effort. If you don't draw them, the Valar can wipe you out, and then you can lose.
Yeah, but the thing is, you could play something like Valar D, couldn't you? So it doesn't matter if bigs are duped, because you're going to get rid of one of them then either way. And also, something I noticed recently, Jewel is starting to make a little creepy comeback.
No, it's not.
No?
No, Paul played it, didn't he?
Yeah, but I've got another deck list for the tournament that got Dawl in it.
Duel in it.
Got Dawl in it. But yeah, like one of the other deck lists that we got sent for the tournament, it's got Jewel in it.
Which one?
Not telling you.
Hey, wait, you've looked through all the deck lists and the plot lineup and stuff. So when I play them, you're just going to have an unfair advantage.
Hey, you're going to be building the decks with me. We're going to know each other's decks.
No, I'm not.
What, I'm building all the decks and everything?
What? Yes.
Well then, okay, I do have a unfair advantage against you, but you're world champion and I'm not, so I need it.
Shut up. Did you know Dave Bamford could have been world champion?
He could have.
He's the true world champion in Tamash's eyes.
So Tamash keeps saying.
He didn't even get into the melee.
He did not.
Poor Tamash.
You are such a troll bag. Right, has Joe done anything yet? Oh, he's played out an Edric Storm. And looks like he's just knelt the agenda for another card into Shadows. Yeah, Joe could use getting rid of that last half scouts really, but he needs some more economy on the board. Okay. So another one of those things. Well, they're called Stormland Fiefdoms.
Yeah.
I guess it's an extra gold at least.
Next round.
Next round, yeah.
I'll make his Valar 4 gold.
Oh, and they're not limited, are they?
No.
Okay, cool.
I'll make his Valar 5 gold, which is much more acceptable.
Yeah.
So you just need to try and see this round out before we reset.
Yeah, so I guess like he could have put out a bigger character this round, but against Nicholas's board there's just no point. So getting out the economy ready for some sort of reset is probably a good shout. We do have I'm No One on the Umber Loyalist though, which means that they will have stealth and be getting some more card draw.
Yeah, this is tough. You're going to win all 3 challenges, 2 of them.
Probably going to have double renown, right?
Yeah, you're going to get 4 renowns. Power claim. That takes them up to 12. Unopposed intrigue. 13. Dominance. 14.
Might even get an unopposed power or military if he's lucky. Oh.
So she's going to come into play Knelt because of the last half scout. But she's going to kneel somebody.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's when they got I'm No One.
Yeah. Wyman hadn't... He's done the intrigue now, right? Yeah, so...
Yep, taking that spears.
So I think you do the military with Great John and Rob. And then you sacrifice the steward to stand your board again. And then you do a power with all of them, including the Umber Loyalist, to get your card.
Yeah, or vice versa. Looks like Nicholas is doing the power first.
You might as well if you're going to stand your board.
Yeah. This is where Joe's like, nightmares! With his non-existent gold. So no point Joe in kneeling everything out, so we're just going to kneel out the Edric Storm there and chump block. So we get power claim, renown and renown.
Trigger women.
So triggering Wyman, drawing the card, triggering Rob, everyone stands. And then, yeah, I guess you're going with the military. The Umber Loyalist doesn't need to kneel, stealth and pass the poor fellows. So Joe has to defend this, right?
Yeah, Davos has to oppose it. Otherwise, unopposed claim to renown.
Yeah, so Joe has to defend with Davos. Otherwise, Nicholas just wins. And Joe won't be able to win a challenge on the way back.
No? Why not?
Because he'll just have the poor fellows.
True.
And Nicholas has got the last half scout standing.
So then... Dominant would be Nicholas's and he'd win anyway?
Huh? What's that unopposed? Oh, it's military, isn't it? So unopposed and renown, so it puts him on 14.
Oh, he's already done the power. I am not concentrating very well. We've still got dominant for Nicholas here. Which means Joe's going to have to go in with a power challenge.
Yeah, but Joe can win the power challenge
He
because of
can,
the red
yeah.
keep and because you've got the traitor on Wyman. So he does the power stealthing past the last half scouts because he can't do the loyalists because they've already got stealth. And Wyman doesn't have any power strength. So just stops Nicholas winning. Remembering the red keep this time. So yeah, so just a little block with Bran. With the poor fellows, he gets the power. And then just claim. And unless Joe's got any tricks, that should be his challenge is done.
Definitely going to want to move that power off the fellas.
So, he had that Shadow Priestess in Shadows, right? Does she only activate if you bring her out in the challenges phase? So he could have played her in the marshalling then.
Yep, he should have.
Yeah, I guess the thing is he wanted like the element of surprise.
Thing is, in marshalling, who are you going to kneel?
Exactly, you don't really know, do you?
You're probably still going to kneel Rob if you do it in the marshalling phase because that turns off one instance of his renown.
Oh yeah, of course, because there's no limit. Is it like no attachments or something? A character without attachments? Yeah, so Rob would have been better because, like you said, that would have turned off the renown and he'd have been able to defend an intrigue to stop it from being unopposed. Ah, sad times. Into festival, into a trade routes. That festival's not triggering.
I think Joe's been deterred from playing Morgul from all the dupes.
The problem being though, like, well, if he played Morgulis, right, he'd have got rid of 3 power off the Small John, and he'd have got rid of the last half scouts, so that he could start playing out his Shadows cards.
Yeah, make the board smaller, which is easier for control. But he doesn't really. You wouldn't really have that much gold to do anything with.
No, and I guess on Nicholas's side, he'd have had Rob, Wyman, and Bran at the very least. So he'd have been 4. Yeah, he'd have been 4 power off. But if you get unopposed, power claim, and renown, that's 3 power straight away.
And he would have had Winter Festival.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I guess the reset wouldn't have really done much for Joe.
I think it's GG, sadly.
Maybe.
Ah, Black Cells.
A little bit late.
Well, I wonder if he just topped it at that, because that would have been impactful if he had played Valar. Because he would have got 5 gold, 1 gold for the Black Cell. If he just had the Shadow Priest there. You know? You can kneel something and stop something else from kneeling. So you want to stop Rob from participating, maybe?
Maybe they just top deck it then. Joe's from the Cornwall method, isn't he?
Yeah.
He was going to come up the Thrones War, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
It will happen at some point. We will get Thrones War happening. Got far too much prize support in our spare bedroom now to to not run Thrones War. What's that card is marshalled?
Bastard of Night Song.
Ah, that's it. I know I recognise the art, but I couldn't remember the name of it. Is that another card in Shadows, or is he just adjusting his cards in Shadows?
I think he was just looking at them.
You're not actually... He's not done anything with his Shadows cards, has he?
No. It could be things like Banished from the Light, which Nicholas looked at earlier when he took it out of Joe's hand.
What does that do?
When you win a power challenge, you pay 2 and you put a character on the board into the owner's Shadows area.
Ah, that one. Oh, Bilbone comes out. And there's a Fealty. I feel like Joe's doing some very meticulous marshalling here. Maybe he's setting up ready. Card into Shadows. Still got a lot of gold there.
Well, I have played trade routes.
Hmm.
He doesn't know who he's trading with, love.
He just what?
He doesn't know who he's trading with. He set up a trade route.
You being a dork?
No.
Here you are.
Fickle Bannerman.
That's interesting.
Shadows, going to trigger the black cell.
I was going to say, why do you put them in shadows? What does the black cells do again? Stop someone kneeling or standing?
That would do if you'd done it in the challenge phase, but the last half scouts has made that not possible.
Hmm. Oh.
Oh, what?
After all that!
You stinking the game out, Nicholas. Get out of here.
Okay, so thanks for watching. If you'd like to join us for our little home tournament, we'd love to have you. And yeah, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by going to patreon.com/thewhitewalkers. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.